I've missed posting the last 2 videos. I don't think I've missed 2 videos in a row in maybe ever. Maybe I've done it before, I don't remember. But I have been sick, and when I'm sick, what I will do is just kind of the bare minimum. Get the animals fed, get everybody taken care of, but it's not really a time where I'm gonna be taking on additional projects or things like that. And yes, that includes filming as well, because that makes everything take 2 or 3 times longer than it normally would. And when you're sick, you really just want to get things done as fast as you can so you can get back home and get whatever little bit of rest you might be able to squeeze in. And you can probably hear it in my voice. I'm still not 100%, but you know, the work waits for no one, and today we just kind of got to get back into it. That's what's going on today on Farmer Tyler Ranch. Callie, it might be time we have an intervention with her about these cats. Every time we're down here at the ranch, she's climbing on this haystack trying to get at those cats. And we have a cat at home. It's not like she's never seen one before, but there's something about these barn cats that really just fascinates her. I don't know. I guess she's not harming them, so it's not a big deal, but I don't know, a little obsessive. That I'm running a different tractor today. Usually I use a little Kubota, but it looked like the guy that works for the landowners here was using the Kubota for something, so I just jumped on the John Deere. It's got the pallet forks. John Deere has a different quick attach system on their loader, so I can't put my spear on here, but the pallet forks are working fine to move the bale, although I'm not nearly as handy with them as I am with the spear. I feel like the bale dump with the forks is trickier than it is with the spear, but it went all right. That's done, and all the time I've been out here, I still haven't seen the boys, so we're gonna have to go figure out where they're at. I've got an idea of where they've got to be. There's only a couple places that I can't see from the driveway as I pull in here, so we'll go and check that corner over there and hope they're there. If they're not, then this day will take a dramatic turn.
see if we can find these steers. I'm hoping they're just over the ridge here. There's a few spots back here where they like to lay along the creek. Well, there's 3 of them. I can see, oh, I see a 4th one now. I will assume that they're all here, but we're gonna walk over there and just make sure. We didn't drive all this way to not look at them. You can see they're leaving an abundance of grass behind here. I wonder if 2 bales a week is really more than they need, because they're not really getting after this grass too good like I would have thought. What are you guys doing hiding down here? Huh? I was worried about you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be one more. There you are. He was laying down back there. All's well, huh? I take it. You know there's a new bale for you, if you're interested in that. So, we'll be friends. All right, well, I guess that's that. Now they're following me. I guess they have put 2 and 2 together. The main thing is everybody's here and accounted for, so we can move on to the next thing. And the next thing is I got to run over to the meat processor and pick up some of the pigs that we harvested a couple of weeks ago. All right, just picked up a bunch of pork. Now we got to run it back home, get it in the freezer, get the stuff delivered that I can deliver. Let's get moving. Well, we got all the pork delivered, and now I find myself here at the walnut orchard because the last pig that I delivered was the one that my parents bought, and they live here, so this is where we're at now. I actually still have 2 pigs this year that are not yet sold, so if anybody watching this is in the local area or a reasonable distance away, please send me an email if you're interested in buying one of those. Well, I'm over here at the walnut orchard. I need to finish a job that I got started yesterday and didn't quite get done with, and that is I'm going through the trees, through the orchard here, and trying to blow all of the leaves off of the strips or the tree rows. The reason is that we need to come through here and spray sterilant along the tree rows, and the reason that you do that is so that nothing grows and impedes the sprinklers or anything like that. It helps keep the orchard a lot cleaner and nicer. But in order to do that effectively, we need to get these leaves blown out of the way so that that spray can actually make contact with the ground, which is what it needs to do in order to work. We're coming at this a little bit late, and these leaves have been rained on several times, which means the blower's having a really difficult time getting every last one of them off the ground. But it is moving some of them, and it is doing some good, so it's worth doing, although you will notice as I'm going, it's not doing a perfect job. Since that tow behind blower is a new piece of equipment for us, we didn't really know what it would be capable of, and by the time my dad found that, ordered it, and got it shipped out here, these leaves have been rained on several times. So next year we know that when we want to blow tree rows, we need to do it before the leaves get wet, and I think it'll do a really good job in those conditions. For this year, however, we're just doing the best that we can. Well, you can see some places the blower does pretty good, and some places it just really does not. And I think that has a lot to do with these leaves getting wet and just kind of sticking to the ground. If everything was dry, I really think it would work a lot better, but you know, we just kind of got what we got to deal with. It's a slow job. You can't go very fast. I mean, you can go as fast as you want, but it won't do a very good job. The slower you go, the better it works. And I have kind of found that somewhere between 1 and 2 miles an hour seems to be about ideal, but it makes for a long day. It takes a really long time to get down to the end of this orchard. But some jobs are like that, and they still need to be done. New day, new job. It is a nice, warm, sunny day today. It's perfect conditions for field spraying, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. So we want to catch just a little over 13 ounces in 30 seconds for our calibration. You can see we're basically right on the money. Anyway, close enough for what we're doing. I think we're finally ready to go. Well, I've been scooting along pretty good. I haven't been filming too much, just trying to cover acres, you know, because the sun's starting to get low, and it'd be really nice to finish this before it gets dark. This side of the field, it's split into 2 different fields basically. The bigger half has triticale planted on it, and where I'm standing right here has forage mix, which is oats, wheat, and barley. The forage mix looks awesome. This stuff, I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen it look this good. The triticale, on the other hand, doesn't look great, but that's pretty common. Usually triticale doesn't really take off until later in the growing season, and the forage mix is a pretty good grower throughout. But as you kind of thumb through this and look around, you can see what we're spraying. There's a bunch of broadleaf plants that are down here at ground level, and that's what we're targeting. I'm spraying a herbicide that only attacks broadleaf. It's not going to harm the grass out here, which is ideal because, you know, that's what we planted. So hopefully after this application, it'll really knock back all of the broadleaf that's growing out here, and the forage mix and the triticale can really establish itself as the dominant plant all the way up until harvest. Big problem that I've had in this field in the past are thistles, and you can see there's a bunch of little baby ones coming on, and I'm pretty sure that these baby ones turn into these giant ones. These are dead now, obviously, but that's what these little guys would turn into if we didn't do anything. And if you're wondering how am I keeping track of my rows and keeping my passes even and uniform, the system that I've come up with is I've got these markers on either end of the field, and I know how far apart they need to be spaced to give me a target to aim at while I'm going down the field. And every time I get to the other end, I just got to stop the four-wheeler, get off, move the marker over to the next spot where I know it needs to be, and then continue on my way. Doing things this way certainly takes a lot longer than it would like if I had a GPS, and a GPS would have me perfectly on track every single time. Doing it this way is not perfect, but it does get me close enough, and when I look at my passes when I'm all done, they are fairly straight and fairly evenly spaced. So for me, an operation my size, this works. It's been a long day, but I gotta tell you, it feels good to be back doing stuff again. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.